Hello friends, this video on Principles of Inheritance Part 33 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Where do you basically locate the gene? So let us suppose this is the hypothetical chromosome. So this is the hypothetical chromosome. So let us first try to locate. So here, if you say that you have these many genes A, B, C and D. So let us first try to locate one of these. Let us suppose if I locate A somewhere here. Let us say this is A. This is the location of gene A. So if you see A and B have a frequency of 35%. That means the distance between A and B is going to be 35. So let us suppose B is somewhere here. And we say that this distance between A and B is going to be 35 units. Now it says that the distance between A and C is 5%. So distance between A and C will be 5. Now C can be this side, C can also be on this side. So how do we decide where C will be? That depends on the distance of C from B. So you see B and C is 40. So basically B and C, for B and C to be 40, C has to be located here. So that in that case this distance is also 5 and this distance is also 40. So both the conditions get satisfied here. So that is where C is located. Now what about D? So B and D is 10%. Now again D can be located this side. It can also be located this side. So that depends how far D is from A or C. So in the question it is given that C and D are 30%. So distance between C and D is going to be 30, which is going to be somewhere here. So D will be located somewhere here such that the distance between B and D is 10 units and the distance between C and D is 30 units. So this is how the genes are located on a chromosome, and this gene mapping is extensively used these days to find out a lot of genetic relationship, because when you actually know how the genes are located on a genetic map or how they are located on a chromosome, you can actually predict how the genes might recombine, right? So how the recombination result can be, so that can be predicted. So the genetic maps are extremely useful these days. So let us take another example of genetic maps here. 4 genes on a homologous pair of chromosomes, the following crosses between heterozygotes and homozygotes produced the percentage recombinations as given below. Find the order of genes on linkage map. So here you can see this were the crosses which were performed. Heterozygous and homozygous, so they are all like test crosses and the recombination percentage are given here. So here if you see, the recombination or the cross has happened between P and Q. So this is between P and Q. Again, if you see, this cross has taken place between R and S. This cross has taken place between S and Q. And this cross is between P and R. So these are the various recombination frequencies which are given here. So let us again take up a hypothetical chromosome where we can place these genes. So let us try to place P. So we placed P here, let us suppose. So if P is here, the distance between P and Q should be 10. So let us suppose we say that Q is somewhere here. So let us say Q is here, such that the distance between P and Q is 10 units, right? Okay, now let us look at R. What about R? R is located in such a way that distance between P and R is 32. So 32 on this side or 32 on this side. So that again depends on the distance between R and S. And it says that the distance between R and S is 7. So again, which side is S? So if you see here, the distance between S and Q is 35. Right? So from Q, it is located at a distance of 35. So maybe R is located somewhere here, such that the distance between R and Q is 35. Now once you have located R, so you can also see that I'm sorry, this was not R, this was S. By mistake, I wrote it as R. So the distance between S and Q is 35. Right? So now when we have located S, so we can also locate R. The distance between R and S is 7. So now R can be on this side, R can also be on this side. So where it will be, that depends upon the distance of R from P. And the distance of R from P is 32. right? So 32, that means this entire distance is 35. So that means this entire distance is going to be how much? 35 minus 10, that is 25. Correct? So this is 25 plus you want 32. So the R has to be located somewhere here, so that the distance between P and R is 32. So this is how the 4 genes will be located on the chromosome. So basically, by looking at their recombination frequency, we can actually decide the map units, and that is how we can decide where the genes will be located on the genetic map. So this was how genetic map was introduced. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.